Sneaky, Sneaky Anonymous _ CMDR.
Alrighty, well, happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're doing well down in Mice. Well, I hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you're ready for the weekend. I'm sure you are. And whatever plans you have, even if they're no plans, they're good plans, as always. All right, so, and as always, we're just going to jump into things because that's what I do. And let's see. So, Friday, we're going to do our little short jog here, about 3 hours, and then we'll rip up for the day. That way, those of you across the pond can get your evening started and I can get my afternoon started. Yeah, good stuff. All right, so I was contemplating sending the fleet carrier back with Sunny. I might stay here. I don't know. I was thinking about actually heading off into one of the other sectors on the further outer rim because I'm here. The fleet carrier doesn't have the ability to make it. Hello. There we go. Any farther without being refueled for the way back. So I might send it like halfway back for Sunny, and then Sunny can hoof it the rest of the way. And then, oh, that's not good. Is that not centered? Yee. I'll have to check that later. Huh. Yeah. A little bit of drift in that. Alright. Anyways. Because, not that it was through no fault except my own by doing what I did, it still felt somewhat meh. Like not much happened. So I was thinking about just, I don't know, heading this way in one of these two sectors. Hey, Sunny, how's it going? I was just saying I'm thinking about maybe sending you back with the fleet carrier. I mean, I still have to fly it, but I might stay here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to start heading towards one of the back sectors, see how I feel by the end. Maybe I'll futz around a little on the weekend. I don't know. We'll see. I just, I don't have anything to do back in the bubble, really. I mean, I have the engineers and stuff to work on, but I don't know if I really feel like doing that right now either. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence. We'll see. We'll see. See where we are on Sunday. Well, that's the thing. I don't, right? I mean, typically only do this on stream, so it depends. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll more or less have to make my decision by the end of the day. But that's all right. But we are going to maybe just start shooting out that way. It won't take me long to get back if I change my mind anyways. And yeah, I just want to visit. I don't know. If there's nothing back here, I don't care. This is more just to be like, I've been there. I looked, I touched, I said hi, I left. I'm a little bored, but I also want to get XP. Yeah, so that was the thing, right? I'm bored, but it's only because I was doing the full system scans. And I didn't get a lot of time in and this, that, and the other thing. So, you know, I'm kind of like, well, I feel like I want to do more, but not the way I'm doing it. And so I was like, well, that's yeah, you know. I don't really care so much about the payout when I get back. I just really felt like I didn't accomplish too much in these 2 weeks that I was out here. And I was like, well, I could spend a little more time. Even if I just push it and not do the scans, but be like, yeah, I'll go a couple places. You know. It'll still be discovery, and I'm sure we'll come across exobiologies. It's fine. I tried it another way. I failed and sucked at it, so I'm also okay with that. So yeah, but I'm just also wary about leaving the fleet carrier behind because it's 700 photos. Come across anything noteworthy? Yeah, yeah. I just don't know if I didn't because I was doing it differently, or there was not much out here. Might explain why it's not well traveled, but then that means maybe there's something hiding. It's like, which way could that go? But no, I mean, I feel, yeah. It's this weird little thing here. I don't know, you can see it from a distance, but not when I zoom in. Could just be a trick of the camera. Yeah, it's, oh, I think it's like the edge of the coordinates. Yeah, all right. Oh, no, of course not. But it is a bit thicker out here, which means if there are some good things, it might just be a little more well hidden. I mean, really, there's a lot of the warm stars in here, right? I mean, when you reduce it down, and you kick those out, like there are far less, and you know, definitely way more to investigate. But oh yeah, no, I did, yeah, I I give you an emoji, little cucumber one, but no, I did. Usually let my emojis do the typing for me. Raz told me once to stop using memes and use my words. I was like, no. It's this way I am. But all right, so let's see. Let's see what we can. Let's target something. Let's see, where are we? See how far this is. I don't even know. What do we got? The Formidine Rift and Errant Marches. I like Errant March. You know, we actually split the difference, right? Or, you know, go here and here, because we're kind of close to both of those. So we might as well visit, see if we can visit both. 50% make sure it says gifts and then what? Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah, that's how I feel. And in one sense, I'm honestly, the reason I like gifs, memes, emojis, or whatever more is because they actually portray a physical, you know, kind of representation of the emotion. A gif has, you know, someone's, you know, feelings behind it. So whether you're being sarcastic or what, without having to do a lot of extra in text to specify you're being sarcastic or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like text can be misconstrued too much as well if you really don't put the effort into expressing the fact that you were being silly or joking around, whereas a GIF can really bring that across. So yeah, that's also why I like it, because I feel like text is too impersonal with how much goes on these days. Too much gets lost in just text. You do it real shorthand and people are like, wait, were they not happy with that? What, fuck. At least throw an emoji on there. Yeah, put one on anyways, you know? Oh, wow, wait. Am I? Ah, there's like nothing here. I thought I had the stars. Okay, well, we can see why it's called the Formidine Rift. I believe someone might have mentioned this at one point, where there was really like some big gaps between stars, and yeah, without some aid, it may not be possible, right? Yeah, no, yeah, you get what I'm saying. All right, so we may not visit the Formidine Rift per se. All right, let's go over to the Errant Marches. How about this? No, still pretty empty out here. I am sure this is a known thing about it, but again, I've never been out here, so. All right, well, in that case, maybe we just head over into Vulcan Gate. I kind of like that name before. We do that. Let's see. What do we got going on? Yeah, I think we'll be fine. It's probably pretty far, but whatever. Target something over the border. It doesn't matter. Ooh, I like you. You're glowy. Can I click you? I can. Watcha. What do we got? 7,000? Yeah, that's quite a haul. 124 jumps. That's not bad. Really, it's not that bad. I just have to remember to refuel. Leave the poor fleet carrier behind, and my anxiety grows. That's all right. Now let's see. What am I doing in the system? Did we just land here? Oh, this was the one, right, where I mentioned. All right. And there were no bios. All right. Hence starts the new adventure. We're just going to leave this behind and let's get going. Let's see. Oh, fuel on the next star. Oh, though.
2, 1, engage.
Let's see. How is our predetermined path looking? Okay, at least in M. Because I'm not omitting the non-fuel stars, but that's fine. As long as we don't hit a pocket, we'll just have to pay attention.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, well, let's see what happens here. Let's see what we get. Let's see how far we get. I don't know. If I don't think about it and just kind of travel out the 3 hours in a direction, then I'll be like, well, I'm too far now. Me. I'm not going to be doing the full system skins anymore. We'll see what we get, and we'll hop off. It's just how it's going to go now. It was fun. I tried it. Not a fan. Definitely applaud those that go through it. And I mean, I believe it needs to be done. It's obviously things on other planets that will be missed if you don't, but... no.
System scan complete.
Nice. Alright. What do we got? 2 bio argon. We'll see what they are, but we'll probably skip it. And he's a little far out there, but no volcanism, so nothing to worry about. Back to the old ways. We'll keep an extra eye out for the volcanism and a few other things, but yeah. Honk and go. We're out of here. All right. Or at a minimum, maybe I'll do all the biologicals along the way. We'll go for quantity over quality, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because there's still, right, the possibilities of decent sub-varieties or subspecies of the biosignal that I may have not seen. You know, I mean, that'd be nice. I don't know. See how I feel. Hey, Let me just make sure I can see it. Elliptic Tesla, right? I think I got that right. Am I an open? No, I am not. But how are you doing today? How are things going, Commander? How's your Friday? Alright, so Bacterium Infanticula. Well, let's see. What do we got? Just an ice world. Argon. Yeah. We'll leave it. How's your Friday going, though?
Frameshift drive charging.
It's like a rocky ice world. I'm gonna stop down. I think we've seen one or two sub-varieties on the. Oh my god, I gotta
4, 3,
refuel. It's gonna get me.
engage.
Too lazy hanging up by the fleet carrier. I did not pay attention to which star we're coming up to either.
Fuel scooping.
There we go, good. Epileptic. Yep, there it is. I got a small little tablet, so yeah, eyes. Alright, I got it. Epileptic. Nice. Epi or test is good though. If you double check, just doing your duty. Yeah. I get you. Although I guess I would somewhat applaud if you really wanted to head out this far just to kind of say hi to me. I'd almost feel like a privilege. I'd be like, really? Be a fun little race too, I guess. Maybe one day. I was thinking about it. I don't know. Really what I was thinking about doing open for one day is because I do a lot of, you know, crime on the NPCs and whatnot. So I have a decent bounty. It's not that much. I mean, you know, whatever. But needless to say, it seems like it would go to waste if I were to die to an NPC. So at some point, it would seem like it would be, you know, worth it at some point. Put that bounty out there to just, you know, let someone get, you know, people like gankers. Well, that's cool. No, I appreciate that mentality. Alright, let's see. What did we get in here? So, no. Alright, that's no volcanism. And, not really. We spent so much time this week doing full scans. I'm like totally burned out. We'll just leave these things for other people since I'm not going to do much.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm more interested to see how far I can make it now.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Sorry, I just, I like making sure I get names right, so I'm imprinting. I have to, you know, people put time into their names, and so I'm trying to give it, give it the credit that it's due, but I remember Tesla. Tesla's good.
Fuel scooping.
We're happy, I get it. Let's see, alright. But I'd say on the flip side of doing too much scanning and hopping out, I really get tired of the FSS screen.
Complete.
Well, in and out, and it goes both ways. And it's a better way of paying it off, right? Even then, too, it feels like, right? Because paying it off or losing it to an NPC, it just goes poof. It doesn't really go back into the economy. You know, it doesn't do anything. It just gets, you know, gets deleted out of the, out of the database board. It's like poop. So yeah, no, I feel like you know, I'm a proponent of them coming back and evaluating how they do crime and punishment and a few things. I mean, I get the notoriety and stuff for the perhaps the PvP side, and even for the PvE side, I wouldn't really say they need to change it so long as like I want a hacked mission board because I just don't feel it's fair that you get cut off from all the NPCs just because you have some fed galaxy-wide bounty. You know, there are Empire NPCs in that station that would be more than happy to work with you, I'm sure, if you could talk to them. I picked it because it's a pain behind for people to get, right? And it was made when I first learned the Teslas have... Nice. Still good either way. Alright. Let's see. What do we got a possibility in here? Nothing there. None. 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 Oh, and one bio on a neon. You know, we'll go do that. I don't often think I see bios on neon. I'm sure it's just some crappy bacterium, but eh. But yeah, I just this seemed like it'd be fun at some point. But maybe not make it as easy as just being in the bubble. Maybe be out, you know. Maybe I'll obscure some parts of the screen. You know, I just have to play a little hide and seek. Although, I mean, right now it's a little over 100 mil, right? Which isn't. I mean, you see some of those bounties and they're like ridiculously high because of what people do. But you know, 100 mil is, you know, for one kill is, you know, 2 of the 50 mil mission. You know, for in terms of like a reward payout, it's pretty good. So there's a, and it'll only get larger, you know, because that's it. Every time I'm in the bubble, it's crime, right? Like Wi-Fi safe, fly dangerous. Except I'm just not going to fly in open yet. Now, I just don't like that. It's like you have to be friendly with all the NPCs. You don't have to be, obviously, but it just seems like too many factions get along. I'm in the bounties, but the Norwegian ATR is busted. Oh, I see ATR all the time. It's usually on like the 5th, like punking of an NPC or the local system off. ATR pops right in, and I get for PvP, but for the PvE side, them having the reverberating lasers and all that crap, and your shields just go boop, and you know, a few things like that. Sure, no, I'm with you on that. The notoriety burn off, I wish would just go while you're offline. Besides that, I don't know. I don't feel like the notoriety feels worse when you're doing. It feels more of a penalty in Odyssey, trying to go on foot and do settlements, because right, you're instantly scanned. It doesn't matter notoriety; they'll turn on you. But you know, independent systems and whatnot. Typically, their local auth won't care about your notoriety as long as you don't have a local bounty. So, you know, I get that. I do feel bad that the anarchy systems get picked on too much, but I think that's a repercussion of the galaxy-wide bounties and getting whole locked out of systems, which is why I want the hacked mission terminal to kind of make up for it. APAC module reinforcement will give you a chance against them. Will it? Yeah. And I had known of, but not done anything with or knew what they had, but read up on the Guardian modules, reinforcement modules as well, which were interesting. It was just, to be fair, unless you're trying to like take down all the local auth, it's not like the regular NPCs in a system are
Surface scan complete.
that difficult. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that local security had instant reinforcements, I mean, you would really be able to take them down pretty well. As they'll still stomp, but might be able to get two of them. Yeah. Yeah, their response for all, you know, it's like going into a medium CZ or something, and you know, too fast and not having your friendly NPC show up. You know, they kind of won't beat on you. It's their advantage becomes unfair. Like, no matter really your skill and whatnot, right? Like, they'll just overpower you, and but yeah. I think, you know, it's a little time that they come back. They did mining and the regular NPC bounties and stuff like that. So hopefully, right, they'll come around. All right. Sorry. What was I looking at? Bacterium, right? All right. Was anything but bacterium? All right. We're leaving.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's good to know. Yeah. I always, I keep count. Like, I notice it'll say on the kill before that ATR is 1 minute out, basically meaning the next time I interdict someone and even take a pot shot at them, ATR will pop in. So I, you know, leave and come back. It's not like, you know, but even then, it's not persistent. So as soon as you leave, you go back, right? And it's just like, who are you? Oh, no one. Don't mind me. And even still, like, hostile NPCs, you know, right, if you don't keep the pressure, negative pressure on them, what is it, 3 days? It typically will go from hostile to unfriendly anyways. Yeah, that's what, 3 or 4 days or something like that. Just seems like you can't keep NPCs hostile. Unless you put the effort in.
Frameshift drive charging.
But it's good enough. If I get enough bounties from a whole bunch of different NPCs, they'll just want to shoot me anyways. So it's kind of the same. About mid-game, then the engineer NPCs can be a good bit of fun. CZ's got engineer ships now. Yep. Yeah, I know CZs are a bit much for newcomers. I definitely agree for that. Even the, I mean, the mediums can just be overwhelming with the spec ops if you try and solo that in anything but a well-engineered ship. I don't know. Most of the time, it's only because the spec ops instantly turn on you, or at least they do on me. I mean, if they blended in more and you were just another ship, sure. But it feels like they gun for you. So I think that also makes it, you know, a little intolerable. She said it's complete, right?
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And it's also because there's no variety in terms of the CZ besides low, medium, high. You know, the different types of engagements. You know, it might help, but it's, which is something both on ground and in space I'd love to see in general. It's just different types of, you know, combat zones instead of it just being straight out, you know, the low, medium, high ones, just like completely different ones altogether would be cool. I don't know whether it's infiltrating settlements or, you know, they got a lot more they could introduce now. It was funny when times ago, you know, it's just talking. It was like we had to deliver something to a penal colony, and it was like it'd be really cool if they had missions for, you know, breaking out convicts or something, because the settlements are there, and you know, a lot of the mechanics are there. So it'd be nice if there were kind of some things like that. AXCs are a blast, but also sorry people can't or don't want to build for that. Sure, I mean, I was pro Xeno to begin with. You know, I would prefer not to fight Thargoids in the first place. And yes, it's horrible what they're doing. But is it based off in response to things that companies like Azimuth or someone else, Superpowers, whatever, I don't really care, did to piss them off? I mean, so, you know, you only reap what you sow. So kind of like, well, gonna let that happen. But yeah, I did build for it, but it was more or less if it was really that dire. I mean, because right when it started and the way the progress was going to be reset, like it seemed like, ooh, that's going to be brutal. And it was, and I'm glad they changed that. But if they were really gunning to burn the bubble down, I probably would have helped. But it also seems like they found a good balance between the players that want to do it,
Fuel scooping.
equipping players that also weren't able to get out and do the Guardian, you know, didn't want to, couldn't, right? You know, things like you're also mentioning. You know, they gave some avenues there, which was good. Another Gnosis. All right. Right, but there's not. They're all stars. Okay.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
But that being said about the Thargoid stuff, I hope it just doesn't go away. I know they were doing this stuff about the, you know, the captives that were returned, and the way they're hinting that there might be some changes, but I do really hope the universe going forward is affected by this, and maybe that's how they introduce maybe newer content. We'll see. I'm aboard because they're exterminated out of us, but I put the blame for it starting in the first place. Sure, right, yeah. That's past time. Yeah, it is kind of past time for that, that's for sure. Yeah. You know, one of the few CGs I actually, you know, participated in was trying to, you know, help the Far God cult in that one. And that all went, and I was like, well, we're doomed. I mean, whether or not it really would have changed the narrative or not, yeah, I don't know if they had planned for that, but...
Frameshift drive charging.
But, I still, I don't know, yeah, there's a little side thing that made mention, I think, in the news a while ago when it kind of picked up, but there's the Operation Witch Hunt. You know, that still goes on after Azimuth. That Discord is, you know, still active. You could be, I don't know. But so on occasion, we still going to give Azimuth a hard time. Just recently, there was the call to keep them from expanding in Zwangada, whatever it was. I did a little of that before we left on the expedition. But, yeah, salvation. Alright. For what little I pay attention to what's going on. I can't say I involve myself in it too much. Politics of the superpowers. I am just here to benefit off the chaos.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, let's double check our route here. Is it going to drop us on a fuel star? Okay, good.
Frameshift drive charging.
access to the European Xenon supporter, gangs egg ships in field. Just said friend to save the Thargoids from the evil humans immediately. Right. That's that's yeah, that's like those people that are like, bears are friendly, you know, I'm gonna protect the bears from humans, gets mauled by bear, right? Yeah, I mean yeah, they don't, you know, it's not even programming at that point. I mean, it's a war, you know, they're not gonna, you know, like, oh, this is a good human. Yeah, no, right. That's comically great, yeah. Good for him, though. I mean, you know, he tried his best to keep that going, and, you know. I mean, you could not have asked for a better outcome. I mean, like, seriously, right? Like, all right, nothing here. Why'd I click that? There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
All right. Is this just taking me all the way to the last star before it's going to give me a fuel star? And my heart just hate you. Don't do that to me. Now we're going to go somewhere else. So what if we find something and want to fly around? That's not good. Yeah, where are we? Brown star, brown star. Oh, come on. Here we are. M star. Detour.
Frameshift drive charging.
Anthropomorphism. There we go. I just want to make sure I can say that. Yeah, we're having a bad day right now. But if he had decided that would probably be the inevitable fate of his you know, character's little story there, then, you know, good for him too. Because you should expect that. Not like you can escape that. Where are you? One more.
System scan complete.
Okay, nothing. Nope. No, we expected. It's a cool star. Though, if there was some volcanism, that might have made it for an interesting planet, but oh well. You're still at it. Just bumped. I was just bummed he didn't give me that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Might be a little hard to live the embarrassment down. Or maybe, yeah, maybe just your part in his story is over, and, you know, you have to accept that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Which does make it all the better, though, right?
Fuel scooping.
All right, fuel. Yes. Yeah. Nope. And some rocky ice worlds, and let's see what we get. Not many at all, so bummer.
complete.
All right. Nothing.
Fuel scooping complete.
Neon. Not a neon planets that we've come across with single biological. We'll just go scan it. On the off chance it's not. Oops. Not bacterium, but where'd you go? This one? Not this one. Not far, right? 1,000, 3,000, so far. I gotta replot my course anyways. Yeah, hopefully a sequel. Best writers have a tendency to reduce scarcity seem irrelevant. Right at the very beginning, then out of it. Yeah. I sometimes in you know, mysteries or detectives, dramas or something, you know, if there's a character that they just kind of briefly talk to, I'm like, oh, he did it. I'm like, they're gonna come back later and be like, that guy? I'd be like, haha. Because it does, right? They do that. That's I feel the same way with that. You watch the characters and you're like, right, yeah, exactly. Not always, but ultimately, right? You know, there's only so many mechanics that people can fit in, and you know, you'll be right sometimes, but yeah. Because also, and it's a matter of television and certain things, right? I mean, the way they film things due to cost and all this other stuff and things that end up on the cutting floor because it extends time and all, right? You know, so in that regard, you also kind of have to figure that why did they put that scene in? Why was that person there? Oh, they actually paid them to have some lines? That's interesting. Which kind of ruins it. I'm sorry, but you can't help think that sometimes either, right? Because, you know, you feel like it's set up. But a little bit for my I do it, been a while, but used to do a lot of DMing, right? That was just my side of things. So putting together stories and that, right? You also can't help but maybe look at other stories from a slightly different perspective. My wife hates me. She's like, don't ruin it. I'm like, yeah, but I think I know how this is gonna go. And she's like, I don't care. I'm like, but let's just see if I'm right. Let me tell you, and we'll find out. Come on. All right, I definitely did not. Let's see, we'll target something out here. Not that I'm really like right that much, but you know, I'm just saying, right? It's kind of get a feeling. All right, we're gonna leave those planets. Sonny, how's it going? Need to go out, we'll be back. All right, ta-ta for now. Back at ya. It is a shorter day, just as a reminder, so I'll probably be wrapping up by noon, my time, so 5 your time, give or take, so. Not, you know, I'm just, in case you come back and you're like, ah, you're gone. And be like, yes, time is up. You sound cool, Jonas Squad. No worries, Monos. Appreciate you hanging about, even lurking. Hope your Friday goes well. If I don't talk to you, have a good weekend. Means I've enjoyed, sure. I feel that though I'm not trying to ruin stuff for people, it just keeps, sure. No, I feel that, yeah. No, I feel the same way. Especially as I get older. I keep my wits about me any way I can. All right, sure. Yeah, I'll let you know too how I feel, because I still don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll send you halfway back with the fleet carrier. Then you'll have to hoof it the rest. But that way I don't have to go too far to eventually get back to it. We'll see. We'll see how close I make it to the Vulcan Rift, I guess. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, just putting some thoughts out there. All good. Hope your errands go well. I'll talk to you later for sure.
System scan complete.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of neon planets. I mean, Jesus, really.
Frameshift drive charging.
I used to want biosignals, but argon, sulfur, carbon dioxide. But no, now it's been neon. It's like, no, you mentioned neon. Now, yeah, but now I'm not checking, so I don't care anymore. If it's gonna do anything, do nitrogen. I'll take nitrogen with one. Hopefully get the infillment. At least it's something.
Fuel scooping.
So throw 17 our way. 17. Maybe. And some asteroids. Alright, well, let's see. Let's see what we end up getting. Or how far are they? Alright, not far thus far. Hmm? There we go. We need a fundamental system. Let's see.
Fuel scooping complete. System scan complete.
Okay, what do we got? Sulfur, but nothing. Ammonia, 2. Alright, I'll swing by that. Argon, 2. Alright. Fine. Guess we'll do these. Neon. Yeah, there's our neon. Oh, ammonia, 5. Alright. Guess we'll. Argon, 5 and an ammonia, 5. Alright. Well. No way, you had nothing. Who are you? One of the planets last week was just like 3 signals and
Surface scanned by 50%.
no bacteria. I was like, oh my god, they exist.
Surface scan complete.
All right, bacterium and stratum. Is this Is this a high metal? Or is this just a rocky? What were you? You are a high metal. Ooh, good chance that it's a stratum T then. Let's find out. Ooh, pardon me. A little murky.
Orbital flight engaged.
Coming in a little too hot. The most devoted explorers, that might be to blame. But if I'm cataloging, jumping to a system, and the first spot I find is bacterium, I just jump to the next one. I mean, most... Yeah, I mean, I'm not that devoted either, but there will be the instances because of atmosphere. So, like a nitrogen atmosphere, it's bacterium. Typically, if it's the infomin, whatever, that's worth 8 mil. So that one I'll swing by. And one of the, I think one of the only bacteriums that I keep an eye out for. But yeah, most of the other ones, yeah, most definitely would pass over.
Landing gear deployed.
But yeah, the time to go up and down, I mean, really, in terms of credit base, it's not worth it. For the exploration, yeah, right, I get it. And that's what I was doing the past 2 weeks, is full scans, doing everything. I barely made it through, I think, 12 systems. It was taking me forever. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. Good times, but nah. Really boring. I could just not. It was so slow. Very slow going. But yeah, it is always at least worth checking that one signal, because it isn't always bacterium, though mostly is. For sure. But I don't know. The little bit of FOMO in me where I'm like, well, but what if it's not? let's just double check. Not like we're going down to the planet. Actually, let's check the SRD. Actually, not. More distance faster this way. Venarp, how's it going? I have to always check potential stratum T single body. Yeah, yeah, especially high metal content. Single scan could be stratum. Right. Which was, though, why I was really surprised that one planet I found the receptor on was with 3 signals, but none were bacterium. Very rare time I had seen a multiple signal planet without any bacteria. I mean, the only time, maybe. Oh, shame on me, really. There we go. All right. Close enough. Any bacterium? Just want to be right here. Yeah. Nah. All right. Not much of a planet, but the mountain ranges out there look nice, though. You learn from squad mate of mine. The tectonics are like 18 mil. Yep. Right. Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, and I gripe about this every time. I'm glad that they reworked the exobiology payouts. Awesome. What I don't understand is why stratum tectonics, which basically on a high metal content HMC, right? If there's stratum, it's a really high chance. Most of the time you're going to find stratum T. And a lot of, you know, if you see a single signal on a high metal, you should check anyways, because more often than you would think, it's going to be a single stratum signal instead of the, yeah, right. Yeah, that's about right. Instead of a bacterium. So it's totally worth going there. But it is kind of a frequently found biological. It's not like high metal contents are rare. It's not like they're rare to land on. I mean, there are much rarer, more rare exobiology signals that are more difficult to find that don't pay out even double digits. And I don't get that. If they were just mad rushing, because it's like, why would stratum T be so in the game world and the way things work? Why would they value that exobiology signal more than any other? Is it tied to the Thargoids? Like, I mean, like, you know, you'd feel like there would need to be some, you know, lore or, you know, some reason, right? Instead of just someone accidentally added a 0 in the database when they uploaded it and they've yet to correct it because they were like, shit. I mean, you know, one or the other, right? So it's like an overlord conspiracy if he has, right, yeah. Yeah, posting why it's so much. Maybe that's where, right, that's, you know, and it's fine if they were like, oh, this is whatever. But right now it's just like, oh, you know, here are all the things you found. Oh, you got stratum. Yeah, fuck, here's your 18 point whatever mil. And you're like, okay. Like, that obviously drives, you know, people to sometimes skip other things, you know, maybe see, you know, and so it's just weird. So I don't know. So in the green, right? Well, also too, it's like, when is the, you know, the Elite Dangerous Cookbook for biological signals coming out? Because some of them, despite how they look, right? Looks can be deceiving. Maybe they're sweet or tangy. I don't know. Some of them you just gonna squish and you gotta wonder. Just saying, right? Gotta wonder. All right. Did I disembark for that? I don't remember. Yeah. Let's see. 2. I did. Or is this my third one? Nah. I only mentioned the cookbook because games like, you know, Skyrim and everything get a cookbook. And now I know you can make that food. But, you know, I'm just saying, right? You know. Maybe eventually someone will take the time to figure out the culinary attributes of some of these signals. Even in space, people are finding biology. That's what. Well, I mean, you know, Futurama proved that, right? You know, poplars. Yeah, you're hungry enough if it looks edible. So, hey. All right. Let's see. So there are a few in here that we're going to have to check out. And then these are the 2 5s, I think, are out here, right? 5. All right. And this was 2 as well. All right. What, Ice World, though? Yeah. We'll go surface map it, but we'll see. It's rather uninteresting Fonticula, I'm sure. Well, how do we know that's not what got us in trouble with the Thargoids to begin with? I just thought it was some sea cow and decided to, you know, shoot it down and see what it tasted like first. I don't know. Also, would not put it past us to do that, so. They're like, well, we're gonna see how humans taste, and they were like, we don't like how you taste. We're gonna re-engineer how you taste. Maybe it has all to do with eating. The whole thing could be universal, just not humans. Have they ever expressed what the Thargoids' food source is? Like, do they just absorb cosmic things? Do they feed off them? I mean, I just don't know, but I was just curious if they, out of all the things they ever talked about, have, you know, do we actually know what their, like, daily life habits are like? No, I'm just saying. Oh, and, right, like starfish, they just learned, right, our heads without bodies, is that what they said, right? So maybe we had Thargoids all wrong. We giant brains for all we know. First I figure it's a communist. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to have traveled a long way to mess with us, so it does seem like it was a provoked response, right? You know, I don't know. You kind of gotta wonder. You just be like, we're done with it. That's it. I don't know. Who knows? Although, if the spires were going to terraform the planets, were the planets they were on, did they already have atmospheres or not? I don't know if they're not. I'm guessing maybe they're going to try and eventually do some terraforming. And then those humans might be able to... Have we actually thrown those humans into, like, an ammonia-based planet to see if they can breathe? They say nothing's changed with them, but maybe our science just isn't good enough to tell. I don't know. Just the thing I can't get out of my mind is why the only 3 known sentient species are in the... Well, yeah, Wonder mentioned. I mean, you would also expect humans, just people, as it is, would even travel. I mean, sure, there are anarchy systems, but they're all within the bubble. Like, you would really feel like there would be anarchy systems further out in the black where people congregated, put together shoddy stations, and you do see all those Thargoid probes on the other side, so I don't know. It just seemed like they would have been out there a bit more. Hoping the spires would suddenly jump up out of the ground and become titans. Yeah, well, for whatever the outcome is, I really don't want this story to just dissipate. Like, oh, we repelled most everything, now we just have the... Like, I don't know. There should be more persistence. More of the inner bubble world should have some Thargoid things show up. It would be great. You gonna find them all? Yeah, well. Oh, right. Yeah. No, I know. There's a lot out there to discover. Well, we just came across a system the other day that had non-human signatures on, like 4 of the 5 planets in a row, and then the last one was an ammonia planet with biosignals with no non-human signature. So, you know, was that some old, like, colonization? You know, like, why would they have done that if there was anything behind it, right? Like, you know, were they looking for a suitable planet with those probes, found one, and then, you know, terraformed it into that ammonia planet with the exobiology signals that we're scanning today? So would that be something that they could be doing in the bubble? Sure, why not? I mean, you know so little about the Thargoids at the moment. All right, ponticulum bacteria. But if the stuff out there is not just random, if they do seed it in some way to kind of like give you these, you know, little feelings about maybe how the Thargoids are, then it could be something to that. And I've also wondered if there are 2 factions to the Thargoids at times. You know, maybe the smaller rebellious faction that broke off from the hive mind. And we've come across them on occasion, like the non-violent ones. Epide ceiling is probably the biggest dangling plot hook right now, sure. Inspire planets have atmospheres. Okay, but the current consensus is they probably actually originated on a gas giant. All the probes and titans are tracking targeting the system, but the ammonia gas giant's not ammonia. Okay. Yeah, I do always scan gas giants with ammonia or water-based life. I'd always been part of my scanning, though, because that always seemed like it was somewhat important, but okay. Good to know. And then I heard there was some lore behind it, not that I know what it is, but when I was looking at the codex earlier to try and decide where to go, I did notice in the codex for the Elysian shore that there are Thargoid, you know, like interceptor signals and stuff, and it is kind of on the border between the Elysian shore and the inner Orion spur there. So, I mean, if... I'm not sure what that lore is, but I don't know. Are they somewhere in the shore here? I mean, it is pretty dense. Maybe they're hiding out in plain sight. We just haven't found them. One of those uninteresting non-fuel star systems. A lot of us neglect. As I understand, the assumption as well for the longest time until people finally pointed out to me that the crash probes out in the black are all found harboring systems. I didn't double check that. I don't recall what the gas giant was that the planets were off. Totally possible that there was also one in there as well, and a gas either. Yeah, I've seen just one or two in this trip that was an ammonia gas giant with life. Maybe that was in the same system. I just don't recall, but I like stuff like that because I just like, if they are kind of, leaving some of those, and, other people well before me, I'm sure have seen and, come to the same conclusions. But, I'll let, discover it on my own, come to the same conclusion, and find out a lot of people share that is just as cool, right? So Mythosaurs are what humans turn into once they find... I had not heard about that till sometime recently, the Raxia thing, and then someone was streaming it as an off thing to try and find it or whatever. It's just over the past couple of months, but that was new to me. All right, a small little 5 signal planet, right? I think it said here. So let's see what we got. I don't like ones that are this small with that many signals, right? Because there's a chance that one or two of them is going to be in a really small location. All right, bacterium, fungoidea. Oh, that is a lot of fungoidea. Okay. God, I hope it's not the mountain fungoidea. Or this is a crappy planet. Anyways, stratum, frutexa. Holy hell. All right. Honestly, most of the frutexa and fungoidea I find usually on the mountain ranges. And tussock. Huh. All right. Well, let's see what we get. Maybe it's another sub-variety of fungoidea. There's the fungoidea with the 5 or 6 little tendrils that stick up, I think, as well, that I just came across. I mean, it's that. Either way, it's fine. But also frutexa, I don't think I've ever, or the varieties I come across. Just bear with me. Trying to speak proper wording. Typically has this much coverage. Usually it's in the mountains with the fungoidea and a bitch a lot. But this whole planet has frutexa. Frutexa everywhere. So no stratum there. That's in the mountains. This is what I'm expecting to find the fungoidea. Yeah, not down there. That's bullshit. I'm called total bullshit on that. All right, let's see. Let's cut this way. Or it's a really rocky planet, mountainous. You're all about the lore, but I navigate unanswered questions. Yeah, I know. I like absorbing what lore is shared or I come across, but I don't often seek it out. Unless, a particular reason to, but... I mean, I do find this stuff interesting because, time is put into it, and... I'm sure there's reasons for a lot of things kind of put in the lore that people just never realize, This is a red planet. I mean, there have been some red planets, but this is like a red planet. Like really red. The atmosphere feels completely red. The planet is, and it's not even like a dark red. This is like a nice, clean red. I don't know. All right, anyways. We get to find 5 signals on this. Yay! There's the bacterium. Wow.
Landing gear deployed.
Such fun that's going to be. Okay. Yep. Looks like the tussock. Jesus, this is red. Yeah, it is really red. I mean, Jesus. All right. So, yeah, tussock bacterium. You don't see the stratum yet. Oh, wait. I mean, that might just be a little piece of it, but... Yeah, there's the stratum. All right. And, yeah, my expectations is that the Vertexa and Fungoides is going to be in the rockier regions.
Landing gear retracted.
This doesn't even seem mountainous enough for it. There have been times in the past that my graphics card isn't too happy with Elite on red planets, and this one is extremely red. So if my driver crashes, it typically only happens when I'm streaming because there's a bit of stress on it. Either way, I'll be back. But it depends. If it's just the driver, the stream usually stays up, and I'm good. But sometimes Streamlabs decides we blipped over something. Sometimes Streamlabs decides that it's game over and just closes down my stream. But I'll be back. All right, so this is the Vertexa. Oh my god, see it. If it wasn't for that scanner blipping, I would have totally missed that. All right, may have to drive around for it if we get lucky.
Landing gear deployed.
Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Cha. I do have some regrets. Hey, Whiskey, how's it going? How's your Friday? How things in Elite going? What you been up to? Alright, Vertexa. this is gonna be fun. Alright. Wow. It is cool though. That atmosphere. What was it? I forgot what it said. Neon? No, this wasn't neon. This was something else. Either way. Man, it gives us a vibrant red here. It does kind of feel like it washes everything out in the shadows, right? Oof. Yeah, teal. Is that what we're going to call that? We require Elites. Boof and crashes, not sure as well. Oh, sure, yeah. No. It's just, yeah, I'm actually on a 5120 by 1440 resolution. And so I have to crush that down for the stream. And so I could kind of make it fit the entire screen, but I like a little bit of the extra on the sides. Because sometimes I'm looking over and it's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, oh, I got more real estate here I can look at. And I do like the widescreen view. I think sometimes it gives a bit more of a awe-inspiring view than the, you know, kind of cramped in little 1920 there. So 6 of one, half of the other. Not too bad. I've been getting nice. Farseer up, yeah. Learning new things about engineering. Nice. You got any questions? Feel free to drop them in there. Sure. Trying to answer them. If I don't know, someone else might. If there's anything we can help with. All right. Let's take the SRB because I feel like flying around this planet's gonna be rough. Get some juice.
No gravity warning.
Oh, is that Fungoidia? It is. Uh-oh. I'm also... I think I just saw some Frutexa, but I was like, I might give up that Frutexa and start with the Fungoidia, but I think we can get the Frutexa. Go back for that. Good times on this planet. Supposed to photo ops is a great game for those. Oh, yeah. Not really a picture guy. No, me neither. As a matter of fact, my grandfather he was one of those that had the old VHS recorder taped to his face and cameras. I absolutely hated it. So much so that, you know, as I grew up, I've always avoided cameras or pictures myself. But, oh yeah, how can you not? Some of the alignments in space and even some of the exobiology signals that you get and stuff, you know, just really nice. I need PS5 friends who have played this game to friend me so we can chat and they can help me learn more about this game. Well, you can definitely chat with us here. We'd try and at least teach you, try and show some things if possible. For the most part, except for, you know, the continuing story, yeah, most things between the council and live, as they refer to it as, you know, still hold true. Pretty sure that is Fungoidia. Oh, and Frutexa happens to be right here, but is it far enough? Probably not. Oh, yeah. You know, like the way the engineers and a lot of stuff, you know, like I said, that's still the same. It's just, yeah, the council doesn't have the Thargoid born. There's, you know, the stuff moving forward, but everything else should still be pretty much on par. But having someone fly with you in that regard, yes. I mean, obviously, we can't help with that. You know, because, yes, looking for flight buddies is also a good thing. And, yes, having friends like that available is also very helpful. Yeah, let's see if we find more driving around. I don't want to fly. This seems... It's already kind of bothering my eyes. I'm like, We are on the sunny side. We still have this plus 3 more signals to get. Ooh. It's going to be a chore. Although I do feel like I could have been on a slightly better side, because I feel like we're catching a lot of shadows. Maybe flying around will be a better idea. I might have a way better chance of spotting it flying than this. Usually I drive around for the Fungoidia, but I don't know about this one. Apparently the FCs are cross-platform, which I suppose makes sense, but I just didn't know that. Oh. Okay. Well, that's good. More along the lines screenshot. Yeah. Watch me help me correct. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, some flight buddies, right, yeah. Okay, yeah. Alright. I do think the last 3 signals won't be too bad. Just getting this Fungoidia. Oh, well, let's see. How does this... Makes it look even worse. All right. Let's see. You look up what I will in just a second. I had not, but yes. Maverick looking for someone to be my goose. There you go, Whiskey Chaser. There you go. Huh? Courting was an interesting option there, yeah. Okay, let's see. We are on a ammonia. It is ammonia. Interesting. So ammonia off of a whatever this is, Y class L. Gives us this very interesting red.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright, so the Fungoidia I think we had was somewhere right around there, so. Alright. Oh. Ooh, ooh. Oh my god. That just means the third one will now be nigh impossible. We'll find it. Probably the last thing we do today. Yeah, I was really surprised at it's a vibrant red. It's not even like that, you know, murky red color that you usually see where you're like, I know this is red. Definitely red. and it is washing out a lot of the other colors. It's a little daunting. definitely want to wrap this one up. We got another one on here though that's argon, so we'll see if it behaves the same. Man, your corneas would get burnt after a see red everywhere. Just chunk. All right. There you go. Screen grabs. Here we go.
Landing gear retracted.
This was, let's say, rare interaction with Fungoidia. Not only was it actually on flatland,
Landing gear
it
deployed.
was actually kind of prevalent in the area. This red atmosphere must be really good for it. I make a chemistry joke here, but the good ones. But don't. Alright. I didn't see stratum in the other area, but we saw the bacterium. That's going to suck. We'll do that last. We saw the tussock. That should be okay. And I don't expect the stratum to be a problem. But let's get this planet done. Go to our argon planet, that's nice.
Landing gear retracted. deployed.
Alright, buddy. Oh, hello, Tussock. Oh, okay, we got just a ginormous field of Tussock. Alright, let's see if we can get all three of our signals. Dooby-doo-doo, dooby-doo, dooby-doo-doo, dooby-doo-doo, dooby-doo. Sometimes I feel like it just decides to spawn all the Tussock on the planet in one little area. It's not always Tussock. I've had to do it with, like, Aeoliola and a few other signals. Computer is not happy. Because I don't think it drops the resolution of these objects. And when it's got too many, I think eventually my computer just says, nah, I'm done. There we go. I think that's the stratum over there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the stratum. All right. Oh, Divisa. Divisa. I don't know if I've seen that before. Or I don't recognize the much, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Do you play on controller, even on PC? Yep. I had a friend that played on controller. On PC. Green volume, which kind of controller shirt suits you? Sure. Huh? That's, yeah, Bluetooth. Keyboard, that's good, yeah. Yeah, I still have some things on the keyboard, even with the HOTAS. I mean, there's a lot on the keyboard, obviously, but I still bind additional things to the keyboard. Alright, so there's the Tussock. Oh, is this our stratum? It is, it is. Stratum T. Bring home the money. Yeah, such an uninteresting biological signal for 18 million. Also, garage door opener. Boop. Out comes the SRV. That'd be awesome. Keep it in mind. Whoops. Wrong button.
Landing gear retracted. Landing gear deployed.
Anyway, it's cool, but most of the stuff in there by default is stuff you want faster. Yeah, that was one thing I did find, right, with the controller. Like, I tried using it with the SRV, and I do actually like driving the SRV with the controller better, but I cannot get myself used to the context menu stuff. And I've gotten pretty used to using the HOTAS for it, so it was easy to go back. But that was one of the things, yeah, that I found was interesting. Was that context menu, so they, tried to fit more onto the controller, buttons wise. And that was just for the SRV. I could only imagine with flying. Yeah, so sub-targeting is not sub-targeting can be used for a few things, not only combat. So when you target a ship, any ship, but let's say you're in combat, a typical thing to do is when you target a ship is that you sub-target its power plant. So all of the equipment on your ship can be sub-targeted. So if you're, want to try and take out their engines, maybe you want to take out their FSD so the ship can't jump away, you can target that. You can target their engines and vice versa. Enemies could, quote unquote, sub-target all the individual pieces on your ship as well, or players for that matter. But it's also used for a lot of other scenarios, scanning mega ships, capital ships, a lot of other things. Once you have the main target, there's two views. If you have a ship targeted, eventually this target panel will fill out, and in there it will list all the sub-targetable things. And so you can target them specifically. And you can also bind a button to it. And so I have stuff in the kinds but where I really need to utilize. Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't imagine you get rid of them because it would help. But yes. I mean, even, having to use the context menu for the SRV to open the cargo scoop, I was like, meh. Right. But also when you have something target, which I can't show you here, but in the lower left-hand corner here on the screen, the ship will be targeted, and you can bind a key to sub-targeting forward and back. I only have it bound to forward. I should probably bind one to back, but as long as you have the ship targeted and you start tapping that key bind, it'll start cycling through the ship's sub-targetable items: engines, FSD, chaff, point defense, medium, basically all this stuff mounted on the ship. So in combat, though, just to go back to that, it is kind of a common thing that when you target the ship, that you sub-target its power plant. For several reasons. Once the power plant's completely destroyed, the ship usually blows up. Also, even if it still has armor, because the power plant go boom. Also, most of the things that the ship runs on, right, is dependent upon power, and the more that the power plant gets damaged, the less power it can output. So in theory, the ship can't return as consistent fire or can't use chaff as much. I mean, whatever it might be. So yeah, sub-targeting, nothing to worry about at the moment, but you will find at times, even outside of combat, though, you may need to sub-target something on a larger structure that you have targeted. You see me put maybe on top of that, so it's right. Yeah, okay. Fire groups are also bound to the context menu. Oh yeah, ooh yeah, right. I get that. Because yeah, fire groups kind of important. Would not want any extra button clicks on that, because yeah, time in the middle of a battle, be like, oh no. Yeah, I try and avoid too many fire groups because even that in general feels kind of clunky, right? Oh yeah, no, totally. It is helpful. But yeah, no worries. It's also good for, doing crime, among other things. Because if you want to keep the ship from flying away, as mentioned, you can shoot its engines, shoot its FSD. That way it can't jump away, things like that. Although you can target things like the chaff and the smaller items, and I will just mention, just for prosperity stuff, they do seem to be, quote unquote, more difficult to hit because they are on one side or the other of the ship. Although the power plant typically is like top or bottom of the ship, shooting from the side doesn't really seem to hit it. those little modules that are mounted underneath the wings and whatnot, like you either need rail guns or something that penetrates the ship that would still hit them, or you need some good flying, because even gimbaled and whatnot, like if they're so sometimes obscured by the ship part that you're better off just trying to blow the ship up and deal with the chaff than really trying to shoot the chaff off. I mean, personally, I don't have a lot of luck with it, but I don't have a lot of ship penetrating weapons on my stuff, like beam lasers and multi-cannons, you know, no rail guns or plasma launchers or cannons and shit. So anyways, all right. And that is at least always just my perception. May not always be right. And if there's something I was wrong about, feel free to chime in. I always like to try and give accurate information, so if I gotta correct myself, all the better. Okay. I think we need one more stratum, and I'm pretty sure I didn't move far enough. Wet. Yeah, alright. Not like it isn't plentiful, though. Oof! You're all suitable. Come on. Okay, bacterium. Only thing left. We'll get it. We saw it. It's black. It's probably not the easiest to find.
Landing gear retracted.
But we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Is this? Nope. No. Okay. It's black. It's a blacker splotch than that. Saw it when we came down the first time, but I have not really caught a glimpse of it since then. Okay, let's go out into the sand, or whatever this is. There we go. Yes.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, oops. Patient. So time won't make you a boss grepper in right, yeah. But it's an integral skill. Agreed. Not just for the power, right. The advantage of skewering it, but you're able to disable enemy weapons, the FSD, right. Yep, it's power distributor, sure. Shield weapons, yep. Lava situation was just more a generic, so yep. Good stuff. On it, is that why? I'm impressed that anything on this planet is anything but a red base color, like sage. I'm gonna pig that. Yeah, I got this little kind of greenish. I mean, sure, but I'm just saying. Turns out the planet's actually white or something. You know, I just can't tell because of the star. Whoops. No, this is a rocky planet. So maybe it's like yellow, a sand color. Yeah, I wonder. We'd actually have to like take a sample and bring it inside under some natural light and be like, what does this look like? But we can't. Oh, here. Shadow or bacterium? Oh, bacterium. Clunk. You know, ships that are just tougher than yours on account of build. Yep. This is an instance where you can potentially win a fight with sub-targeting. Yep, that's true. I will also mention that sub-targeting is not alphabetical. There, I think, is some method to its sorting madness, but if you're cycling through targets with your hotkey, even in the targeting menu, it's not alphabetized. So if you're looking for power plant and you're cycling through, it might come after drive. Typically, so like, I don't know if size of ship matters. Like, there are times where it seems to come after particular components, but not always. Or any item in general. I'm just stating that if you're like, oh, I'm going to go to P or no, you could, it suddenly goes countermeasure and then power plant and then, you know, cargo scoop. And you're like, what the shit? Pretty sure they're just copy pasted registries of how they're, or yeah, I wondered if it was outfitting. That's why I said I'm not sure if there's some semblance because I didn't really, yeah. But I'll tell you, yeah, if you don't have the cycle back button because you don't want to bind it to one like I don't, you're going to be cycling forward quite a few times when you go past your sub-target. All I have to do is target the ship and on the left panel. That is one way. Oh, yeah, I'm not in the ship. Yes, you can just use the targeting panel. But, you know, obviously when you're in a fight, if something's shooting at you and you need to, you know, come over here and as mentioned, it's not alphabetical. So you might have to start scrolling down and be like, you know, where's that sub-target? For non-combat scenarios, it would, you know, you could totally choose that. Like if you're scanning a mega ship or certain things. But yeah, we just mentioned the hotkey for it because down here in the corner, when the ship is targeted, you could start cycling through those sub-targets without looking at this menu. So if you're flying, you know, behind a ship and you're fighting, which is what half the time, and you're like, you know, maybe you off-targeted the ship. You know, you accidentally lost the target. Maybe they dropped a heat sink and their signature dissipated enough that your ship lost its targeting. When you target the ship again, it will not remember your sub-target. So perhaps going to this menu might not be great because you're being shot at. You could at least use the hotkey to have it start cycling down here. Right now it says heavy metal content, but the ship would be there and you could start going, you know, cycle. Obviously that might be a, you know, I'm not going to say advanced, but a little more than you want to do, but also keep it in mind because there just may be situations where, you know, you're flying, right? You know, trying to follow a ship and all of a sudden you're looking left and you're like, crap, where'd he go? And you can't see the radar. You come back and he's come behind you and shot you to death. You're like, yeah. All right, let's see. Doobie-doobie-doo. That was my crap. I got to talking. Yeah, sure. Yep. Totally agree. No, we need one more. And this wasn't it, right? This was my second one. Maybe it's far enough. Okay. I do believe that was all 5 of them. Yes. All right, we got one more planet. Another 5 in this string. It's an argon, though, compared to an ammonia. So let's see. What do we have? This was a high metal content. Rocky ice world. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Anything key off? Maybe this had a lot of iron in it. Iron. No, iron 22.5 was the top one. I don't know. Maybe that lent to the color. Mostly rock, some metal. Yeah, it just, you know, it's interesting. Very vibrant, for sure. Almost feels a little like, what was it? The planet from Pitch Black, right? You know, that was kind of red, though those are maybe a little more yellow. But then once the sun set,
Landing gear retracted.
yeah, that'd be fun. All right, anyways. Yeah, look for new ways to get better. And if I can sub-target a pilot and their power plant, it'll become a little... Yeah. Ad break, yep. Okay. Now do I have to map a new button each time I want to attack a module? No, but we'll wait till it gets back.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Can I target my SRV if I leave it out there and get in the ship? I think I can, right? Does it have sub-targets? That'd be an interesting way to look at it. I have to see. This one right here. Welcome back. No, it's just these two quick keys right here, next subsystem and previous subsystem. So it'll just go forward in the non-alphabetical order, in which it is also displayed here in the target menu. But that's why you might want, if you can, get a... Like, I don't have cycle sub-target back. And it's kind of sucky, but I have a bunch of other stuff bound. Because if I miss what I want to target, I got to keep clicking the button and go all the way through and come back around to it. If I just had back, but I didn't sacrifice a button to that. Yeah, exactly. And that's why the non-alphabetical thing is terrible, because you just, you know, you have to go a little slow and be like, oh, is it now? Nope. Nope. Oh, there it is. So maybe if you bind the cycle back to the keyboard on some other button, like I should do that. That's not a bad idea. Like I should do that myself. I should bind cycle subsystem back to at least one thing on the keyboard, so when I do overshoot my target, I can just tap it back. I should really do that, because it is really annoying when you miss the target. The module, I mean. Miss the module. And I'll see if I can target my SRV though. And then if it has any, I assume you can, but I don't know if it has any sub-targets. Although this This look like, even though it's a rocky ice, it's reflecting that reddish star color. Oops. See what we get. I'd like at least one different signal so it doesn't feel like it's exactly the same. Bacterium, Fonticula. Up by the poles. Fungoidea. Osis, there we go. At least something different. And Tussock. Yeah, because there wouldn't be any stratum. Alright, so Fonticula, Fungoidea, Osis. Really, I'm surprised that's all up there. Alright. Oh, Fonticula, not Fungoidea. Oh, even interesting is Fonticula. Oh, that's right. Okay, God, I was saying, I was thinking Fungoidea even though I was saying Fonticula. So it must be on the ice region, which is why it's up there. All right, awesome. Just wish there was a way I could use my laptop and my USB cord to attach it to my PS5. Oh. Is V held? Yeah. You can act. Is that in the regular elite binding? You bind a hold. I never thought of that or trying that. Oh shit! Because yeah, I have no problem with long pressing. Interesting. May not be with that, but interesting though. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Orbital flight engaged.
Let me double check this. Bacterium, Fonticula. Alright, we'll knock those out. Oh, really? Oh, the mountains. No. Little Osis. Though the Tussock. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll try and get... oh, no. There is Fungoidea. There's Fonticula and Fungoidea. Alright. Man. Because I thought I saw it, and I was like, no, I guess I'm just an idiot. Alright. I'm an idiot for another reason. Alright. So, let's see. This is an interesting little spread of... Okay. I like this part, though. This looks kind of cool, whatever that is. Alright, so Tussock, no Osis. But we got Fungoidea. Ticula. This ought to be fun. Alright. I have to see where on the menu game I would subtarget something, then be able to cycle. Yeah. I mean, any ship, even in NPC space, as long as you don't open your hard points, because you don't need to, and they won't take you cycling as an aggressive action, so you could just kind of do that. Even in Super Cruise, it'll do it. So if you target another ship flying in Super Cruise, it should populate the sub-target menu. Let's see the effect for sub-targeting, because if you miss forwards... Oh, well, I mean, I have sub-target forward on my HOTAS. And so mentally, it's always going to be there. So I couldn't move it to another button where I could do it. I mean, if it would allow me to long press with the HOTAS button as well, now that would be interesting. And I will try that. But yeah, right now it's been so long on that button that if I were to move it, I would forever. All right, so this planet is definitely not as red. Now it is an argon atmosphere, and we can still kind of see the green, and we get a little bit of this like kind of watermelon-ish, orange-ish color kind of going on, but the star's definitely more yellow than that red one. And the red it did it, yeah, must, yeah. Oops. Okay, there's the bacterium, and there's the Fonticula. Alright, well, let's take care of the bacterium and the Fonticula. amethyst variety, probably. So uninteresting. Oops. What? Huh.
Landing gear deployed.
Interesting. Alright, let's see. I am just curious. Let's see if we can target my SRV.
Low gravity loading.
DVD. These have little spikies on them. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before. Alright, what is it? Mauve. Yeah, not surprised. Usually some amethyst or color like that. But, let's see. Poor SRV behind for a second. Alright, we're gonna leave. We're just gonna hop in the ship. Boop. Alright. No. Yeah, there's no subsystems on it. I wasn't sure. Maybe there was one or two, but there's none, so it's not going to populate anything. All right, never mind. Let's see. Yeah. It just is. Most memory is why I use controller and not mouse or houses. Wasn't always on PC. Yeah. Yeah. It's just really unfortunate. No words can really be said the way the whole council thing went down with the split. It just having a player base split, and you know, obviously it's not always, people aren't, you know, they never had a PC and can't upgrade, you know, it just hurts. I mean, I'm not affected by it, but I just, you know, that's one of those things where just hearing it hurts, because it's just no way around it, you know. You can't just be like, oh, that's, you know, no. Although you can still kind of do a lowish end PC, right? You know, it still needs a little bit to really do Odyssey. I mean, if you're even come over and not to do Odyssey, that's even fine, but you know, Odyssey on its own is a bit of a hog. It's kind of the only legit piloting game I play, and while I play it often, I can't mentally resolve buying the sticks just for it. Sure. I mean, I had this HOTAS for over 5 years, and the joystick trigger finally gave out, and I just got another one, same type. And, you know, it's come down in price because it's older model, but yeah. Mona's welcome back. Ah, really? Alright. Where am I? Yeah? Yeah, okay. I've never been good with controller joysticks. Like, just, I don't have the gentle sensitivity to move them ever so slightly. It's either center or to the sides. And so, yeah, I just don't have that real fine motor skill for that. Which is ultimately why I went to the HOTAS, because I didn't like the keyboard mouse flying really at all. I'm sure it can be tweaked in a decent way, but it just wasn't. I didn't like it. I've never been fans of that as a style type, though. But I am, yes. Yep, probably about 50 minutes. We'll wrap up. Fridays, I usually do just about 3 hours. Skip the break. You know, it's quiet. Anyways, and people want to get their evening going over there, UK, and I'm good taking a Friday afternoon. Let's see. All right, so bacterium now. I saw some, but I don't know. Wait, is that it right there? A little small splotch, or is that just? Oh, that is nice. Little patience, patience. There we go. I appreciate our commander's continued enthusiasm, even after scanning, you know, the 500th bacterium and getting in there. It's still the little, you know, you pop it out, squeeze the button, kind of take a look at it and be like, I did good. And then you pop it back in. Me, I would have been like, God damn thing. I hate this stuff. So good on our commanders for always being in a good mood about it. I guess this planet feels a little more peach or pink, I guess. Kind of peach and pink. Ah, Jesus. Wrong menu. Doo-ba-doo-doo. Yeah, it's cool, though. Garage door opening. Boop. Alright. COVID is over and PC hardware is becoming affordable again, depending on where you live. Sure. Not one of the newest specs, but most of today's more demanding games, I get 50, 60, just fine. Especially starting my gaming journey on console, then to PC, was mostly just intimidating because of the amount of setting and file nitpicking you're suddenly confronted with. Sometimes I think people also make PCs out to be a bit more. I mean, I don't know. I've been dealing with PCs my whole life. My career was in IT, that's the whole 9 yards. But these days I turn it on, I install things. I barely do anything on, like, I fuck tweaking stuff. I don't give a crap anymore. I'm too old to give a shit. I used to build my machines and everything. Now I'm just like, whatever. Buy it. I want it here. It better show up. But yeah. I know it's still a thing, and, you know, do this, do that. And, you know, I'm sure there's cases, but I don't know. These days, I don't know. Things seem to work fine. I run a ton of games. I barely do anything. I'm sure I could tweak something, but I'm too old to care. It works, I'm done.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright, let's see. 2 more bacterium, and then 3 more things. So, just got a little bit more to do. Might get it wrapped up before the end of stream now. Depending how well I pay attention to what I'm doing. Mainly on me.
Landing gear deployed.
I mean, I between consoles and PC, I play on, you know, whatever you like. I never had a problem. I used to play on consoles, but it was also because there are things only on console. I mean, I've played Final Fantasy games since they were out on the 8-bit Nintendo. I mean, I still got the cartridges up there on, on my wall. So, you know, I know there's always camps on stuff and whatnot, but I don't care either. Play what you want. Enjoy what you want. That's all that matters. I mean, I am happy that a lot of console things these days are coming to PC. I mean, I just can't keep up with an Xbox and a PlayStation and a computer and this, that, and the other thing. Too much. Started with Commodore 64 and never owned a console. I had a Coleco. I started out with a Coleco, and then my dad got a 386 from his work. He was an accountant for Xerox, and he got an ISDN line to the house, and this thing had 5 1/4 floppies, and oh man, and that was it. And then Nintendo for the longest time. Sega had a couple of the Sega consoles, and then when Final Fantasy went from Nintendo to PlayStation, I went to PlayStation, and I barely played anything on the PlayStation consoles. It was mainly to play the Final Fantasy games. That was about my devotion to console. There were a few other, I mean, it's not like I don't have any, and there were definitely games I played, but it was primarily, the only reason I got the console was because of Final Fantasy. So, not so much these days, but actually, come to think about it, I was just realized the other day that I have yet to play 16, and I always used to, you know, get it as soon as it came out. I mean, I still had my 14 account running. I barely even play on that, and I still pay for it. Why? I don't know. But yeah, no, totally. All right, back to you. Actually, I still have most of my relic consoles over there sitting on a shelf, gathering dust. Yep, I got that one, huh? Yeah. Like opting not to multitask. If something on chat happens, I'm just like, nah, and then I'm like, what was I doing?
Landing gear retracted.
Nope. It's just a piece of the surface. All right. Let's... Up there.
Landing gear deployed.
Where did it go? There you are. Alright, let's see. It's a Fungoidia.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's see. Check to see if the Fungoidia is over here, but it was Fungoidia, Tussock, and Osis. And the Osis wasn't around here. I don't remember the Tussock. Looks like Fanticula. Oh. Quite a bit of it still. It's going to be a pain if the Fanticula is everywhere. Although, if we are in the caps, I should probably go into Super Cruise and move down to the middle of the planet, because it seems like the Fanticula is usually only around the ice caps, which is where the ice is. In this case, it's around the caps on this planet. And it will be quite the chore, if it is around here anyways, because there's Fanticula fucking everywhere. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Alright.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright, yeah, that's bullshit. Alright, let's see. Okay. Well, we'll see if we get lucky. I might outs. A little more red over here. When we're not by the ice. And personalized fire groups are important. Sure. Keep trying to scan a guardian obelisk and my scorpion. But do so fire group, so instead of fire. Whoops. I meant to scan you and I fired a missile. Sorry. Yeah, you can see how that could happen, right? I mean, you know, whoops. Oh, here's some osas. Half tempted. I see another one all the way out there. Is it 800 meters, though? I have no idea. And there's another one over there, too. Alright. You know what? Let's try it with the osas. I sometimes confuse between the target and the alternate fire. I'm like, wait, which? Oops. Wildfire or missile. I'm like, oops. Wrong button. Hummus. Osis pumice. Yep. Say gold, though? Yeah. It's pretty cool. Goldish indeed. Let's see if those other ones far enough away.